everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will be talking about World of Tanks Blitz and reviewing this tank, the E75TS. A full review about this vehicle. We're gonna talk about the stats, about the armor and gameplay to show you how to play with this vehicle and what can we perform with it on the battlefield. In the end, I will be telling you my neutral opinion, if you should go for this tank or not, and is it really worth it? Is it really an OP tank, yes or no? So, this tank, let's start for example with a DPM, which is always very important. Got 2.3k of DPM, so it's actually more than the average of the tier 8 heavies. Some of them got 1.9, 2, 2.1, 2.3, so it's already more than the average in point of TPM. But of course, if you have a look at the Tiger 2, for example, this tank got nearly 2.5k TPM, so more TPM. In my opinion, the Tiger 2 got also the better turret armor, etc. So we got the Action X with 3 TPM, 3k TPM. So yeah, there is definitely tanks with more TPM, but this tank belongs definitely also to one of the best, let's say belongs to the, I don't know, top 15 best tier 8 heavy tanks in the game, in my opinion, okay? So yeah, what can we do here with this vehicle? Let's see, we can do 310 damage per shot. We have 1850 of hit points using enhanced armor, and I'll show you later we should use the enhanced armor. We got not the best mobility, we are really very slow, a bad slow turret rotation, a good armor, and the penetration is not the best. We got here 278 of penetration with calibrated shells. I prefer to play with gun rammer, and with that we will have actually only 265 of penetration with premium shells. It's okay, we can do the job with its penetration, but of course we have other tanks, for example the Löwe, which has 309 of penetration with premium shells. That's a big difference. So the gun is pretty good, is okay, we have a good TPM, but we have, let's say, a lack of penetration for a tier 8 heavy tank. So far so good. To the equipment, as I told you, I'm going for the gun rammer. We can go actually for the enhanced gun, laying drive, refined gun, and with that we have really actually a good accuracy with this gun, improved optics, improved modules, enhanced armor, enhanced tracks. Go of course for the improved optics, engine accelerator to have a bit better speed, and the high-end consumables. I'm using here, even it's risky, but I prefer to go for the engine power boost and adrenaline, and use really only when needed the multi-purpose restoration pack. We are very slow, we need a bit of mobility, of speed, using from time to time the engine power boost to, for example, at the beginning of the battle, to rush frontline. We are kind of super heavy tank, we are not a heavium tank. We belongs with this tank to this kind of really a big heavy tank, which should actually go frontline and absorb the damage, or do a lot of damage, block some damage, even take some shots. We should do that with this tank. We should go frontline with this vehicle. To the provisions, I'm using the standard fuel, improved fuel also, of course, for more mobility, and the chocolate, and with that I will have 100 hit points more damage per minute. So yeah, now let's talk about the armor, and then we will be going straight to the battlefield. So here we go. This is how this tank is going to look like, for example, against a tier 8 French heavy tank, the AMX 50100, without enhanced armor and with enhanced armor. We can see it's maximizing our turret. The armor of the turret is more red. That means that maximize our chance to block more damage. Of course, if the enemy will use premium shells, we will have this really big weak spot here. near the gun, left and right, and of course the lower plate is actually for most of the tanks penetrable, maybe not for tier 7, I don't know, let's say mediums and light if you are angling. So what are we going to do with this tank? As I told you, we have a good gun depression, but we are too big that actually we cannot really play completely hull down with this vehicle. We are going to go more frontline, even on flat ground. So how to fix this problem and even make it harder to the enemy to let's say to aim on our weak spots of the turret. So if I go frontline, I'm on flat ground. I will show you also later, and the enemy is using premium shells like this. I wiggle my tank, and also I turn. So you're going to turn your turret and wiggle your tank at the same time, and with that the enemy will be confused, and you're going to be wiggle at the same time, left, right with your turret, and with that the enemy will be confused, and with a bit of luck, you're going to block some damage, and that works always very good. I'm gonna show you later on the battlefield. Of course, if they are not using premium shells, we are really quite safe, and with a bit of angling like this, for example, don't over angle, a bit of angling, we can also block some damage. But the big weak spot is this here. For example, how to fix this problem is to hide it behind obstacles, behind rocks or whatever, or try to play a bit hull down. But as I told you, this tank is not made to play hull down. Another possibility is to do some side scraping. That means you're going to hide your hull here behind a wall, and you can do some side scraping so the enemy can see actually only this part here and your turret, and this part here will be hidden with some side scraping add, and that also works pretty good against tier 9 heavy tanks. We are actually also pretty safe, so only if the enemy use premium shells, it's gonna be easier for them to penetrate the weak spots of our turret. But as we can see here, the upper plate is pretty strong, and we can really block a lot of damage with this vehicle. Against TD is gonna be another story. They're going to penetrate us easier, especially if they are going to use premium shells like this. Look at this, complete hull. So just avoid rushing on tier 9 TDs especially, and also tier 8 sometimes. There is also some tier 8 TDs which have also good penetration. I don't know, like for example, let's take this Scorpion. Using premium shell, it's gonna be the same. So avoid a lot tier 8 and tier 9 TDs because they are going to easy pen you from the front, even we are using enhanced armor. The tier 7 TDs, they're gonna struggle. It's not gonna be easy for them to penetrate us. Okay, and also tier 7 heavies and mediums and lights, of course, they are also going to struggle a lot to penetrate our frontal armor, and with them we can really play very risky. We can rush, just angle like this. For example, here against the Tiger 1, he just have no chance to penetrate us. We can just angle a bit, and yeah, we are going to be very hard to be penned by tier 7. So if you are the higher tier tank playing against tier 7 and 8, we can play more aggressive, and we can even rush, for example, I don't know, medium side. If you want to do it, it's possible. And even tier 8, tier 7, for example, light and mediums using premium shells here in this case, they are not able going to penetrate us, and that's really OP. If you are the higher tier tank, we are just a big tomato, and we can block a lot of damage, and that will help us, of course, a lot to win a lot of battles. For you, it's in Falls Creek, and yeah, as we can see here, I'm going heavy side, rushing front line, and as I told you, that's this tank is made to go front line and to support your team. It's not made to camp. It's made to take a lot of damage and play a bit aggressive as long as we are showing our frontal armor to the enemy. And of course, keep it in mind, we are easy pennable from the side, so don't do a mistake and expose your side to the enemy. Yeah, they are going to pen you there very easy. But as long as we are showing our frontal armor, angling our frontal armor, maybe hiding the lower plate behind obstacles, we are actually pretty safe. Here we go. I made a mistake here. I exposed my side for a tank. But yeah, just go front line, support your team, and just, yeah, deal your damage. Here we go. The Tiger 2, face hugging him. Now using premium shells, no problem to penetrate. Look at this, 2 shots blocked. Okay, the ISU wasn't able to pen me, and the same for the VK4502. Another shot blocked. I'm angled here to him, and he wasn't able to penetrate me. So we can really rely a lot on this frontal armor, as I told you, especially against tier 7 heavies, for example, and tier 8 heavies. They have really big problems to penetrate our frontal armor. Look at this, he just have no chance. He's trying to aim on my upper plate right now. I'm wiggling my turret, and that's it. No chance. He was actually reloaded, but he was looking for a weak spot to pen me, but he wasn't able to do that. And we can really good do some face hugging with this tank, and just wiggle your turret if you are face hugging an enemy, and with that we can really block a lot of damage, as you saw here in this situation. So now only one enemy tank left, the Skoda T27. He is hiding somewhere. Here we go. But we are really very slow, so we should know which way are you going. For example, you cannot go, I don't know, to the middle of the map, or you go medium side, and so we have always to see where are the enemies, and then do your move, rush, okay, and play aggressive. If you are going to think a lot, and you are going to be too late in the end to do something, because we are very slow. We have to know where are you going, which spot are you going, and where we can just use the maximum potential of your tank. Here we go. With that, we dealt here nearly 2k of damage, and also we blocked a lot of damage, 1.5k of damage. And this tank, by the way, it's really an insane credit maker. Look at this, nearly 80k credits for 2k damage. The next battle, and the last one for this video, is in Middelburg, and I picked up for you this one against tier 9 vehicles. We got here the Kampfpanzer 70, the T30, the T54E1, and a lot of other good, actually, tier 8 vehicles, especially against tier 9, just to show you that we can also perform good battles with this tank, even against higher tier tanks, and we can also block damage against higher tier tanks, which have actually a good penetration. So in the right hands, this tank is really pretty strong. I was going medium side, I used my speed booster, but now I'm seeing that the enemies are actually in the city, heavy side, so I will rush now on heavy side. I'm not going to think a lot and camp and wait. I must rush, I must go frontline and help my team. Otherwise, as I told you, if you don't do that with this tank, losing the battle is programmed, because we are the one with a lot of hit points and with a good armor, with a thick armor. We are the one who are actually must go frontline and take the damage, absorb the damage, so that the mediums and the TD have a chance at least to support you, and with that, winning more battles, of course. That's how we should play with this tank. Look at this, the Scorpion, even a tier 8 TD with a nice penetration, a very high penetration, wasn't able to pen me in that case, and now I'm gonna rush on him, use my insane precision. As I told you, we have an insane gun dispersion and nice accuracy shot, finishing the Scorpion with a headshot on his turret. And now I'm trying to do some side scraping. It works really very good. As I told you, side scraping, I made the experience that we can block a lot of damage if we do like this. Just roll back, use a building or a wall, and angle your tank so that the enemy can't pen your side and also see only your turret, and the lower plate and the hull will be automatically hidden by the building. So The T30 is gone. Now I'm trying to wiggle, as I told you, and it's working. You saw that, guys. Wiggle, 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 left, right, and the Chrysler K wasn't able to pen me. Now I know that there is somebody behind me, but very important is first to finish the Chrysler. I have anyway a lot of hit points, and then take care of the last one. Here we go. And also using adrenaline, you saw, guys, we have really a fast reload time, and we can play very aggressive while we are using adrenaline. Another shot blocked from a tier 9 heavy tank, guys. So as I told you, as long as we are showing our frontal armor, as long as we are wiggling, we can really rely a lot on the frontal armor of this vehicle, and that's the strength of this vehicle. But yeah, now I'm gonna show you, is it worth it or not? And yeah, as you saw, of course, it's not a bad tank. So let's make things clear. If you let's make things clear, yeah. If you need, let's say, a shortcut, you don't have any tier 8 premium tank, and you want to have, yeah, fast, strong, reliable tier 8 premium vehicles to help you grinding your tech 3 tanks and to get more credits, definitely this tank is not a mistake to go for it, okay? But yeah, of course, at the same time, to be honest, and I don't want to hear, for example, mislead the players and mislead the community, there is of course better tanks. So, and this tank, let's say, belongs to the category, let's say, I don't know, very good. But if you compare it with other tier 8 vehicles, tier 8 heavy vehicles, of course there is, for example, the Tiger 2, which is for me the best choice. It's very similar playstyle, but this tank is just better. Better TPM, better mobility, better penetration, okay? It's all better on this vehicle, and it's a tech 3 tank. I just, for example, my Tiger 2, I enriched my tank, I made it premium, and it's actually better, for example, than the E75 TS. We have a stronger turret. It's not, we don't have a lot of weak spots like in the E75 TS. Of course, we got, for example, for very skilled player, the Action X with 3k TPM, the Black, the Carnarvon. There is much more tanks with better TPM and better mobility, but they have another play style. This tank is big, it's heavy, it's slow, made to go frontline. But yeah, in my opinion, for example, the Löwe here with 2.2, the Kyler got 2.1. So it's not that bad, definitely, but it's definitely also not the best tier 8 heavy tank in the game. So it's a very strong vehicle. We can go for it. If, as I told you, if you wanna fast have a good strong tier 8 heavy tank, but it's not definitely OP, and it's definitely also not the best tier 8 heavy tank in the game. So if you are a pro player, you wanna, let's say, grind your win rate, and you have a tank which can compete in tournaments, it's not the case for this tank. But otherwise, just to play good battles and to have a lot of credits, and this tank will definitely help you for that. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope that I could help you with this video to have a better idea about the tank, if you should go for it or not. And if you have it already, I hope that I could help you to know how to play with this vehicle and to improve your skills playing with the E75 TS. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, of course, you know what to do. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new watching my content, and see you soon in the next video, guys. Bye bye.